high, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals.
Hey YouTube, this is Samantha Shead. In this video, I am doing a face paint tutorial for first time in forever, and I'm so happy I am finally doing one. And I'm so happy. I forgot what inspired me to make this look, but it was from a while ago. And I had it in my mind for a while. I had it in my old phone and a notepad and things, so I'm happy that I'm finally doing it. I call it Hidden Diary because it kind of looks like what's underneath my skin is what I've been writing down for a long time, and I just want to keep it to myself, so I kept it in the inside. That's my story, at least. I have a little bit more chit-chat going on, so right after that, then the tutorial will start. So please stay tuned and keep watching and enjoy. So, what you guys think of my new wig? This is the first wig that I got myself for my future wig collection for no apparent reason other than probably cosplaying in the future or just to go with a makeup look that I have created for some unknown reason, so I guess we'll just see in the future. I'm not even sure it's supposed to look like this. It's like a bump type wig, and I don't know how to style hair worth crap, so yeah, I might just leave this with my cousin and let her do something about it. Okay, so that can go. This can also go. That's a lot better. Also, it is raining a lot right now, and I'm just hoping that Albany, Georgia doesn't get another tornado epidemic. If y'all don't know about that, we've been going through a whole bunch of storms, and we're still recovering from them, so pray for us. But y'all don't even have to worry about it, because soon the video will be turned over to a voiceover. But I just really want to say that I am so happy that I'm finally doing another face paint tutorial, because it's been way too long. I haven't had any face paints, and life has been good to me lately, and I've finally been able to get me a whole bunch more than I used to have. Oh my god, they're all the Mayron Fantasy FX paints, and I got 16 out of 17 of them, and I'm just, oh my god, y'all don't understand how happy I am. Like, seriously, I'm really sorry you had to see that. Let me just show my excitement in the tutorial.
First things first, just gotta tie back my braids so no paint gets on them. To prime both my face and neck, I'm using the Maybelline Baby Skin to help fill in those pores and blur those fine lines. To make my skin extra moisturized and glowy, I'm using the Farsali Rose Gold Elixir. I'm not sure why, but when I thought of this look, I pictured my beauty makeup as youthful, glowy, and simple, which is what I'm going for. For foundation, I'm using the Maybelline Dream Velvet. I'm the shade 40 Nude. Just dotting it on my face and distributing the product with the Real Techniques stippling brush. I absolutely love this blush for applying cream products. The downside is that it can leave streaks. And because of that, I use a damp beauty blender to make sure my foundation is streak-free. For concealer, I'm using Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in 10 Light. Just doing the usual cream highlighting, except I'm not applying it to my nose, chin, or cupid's bow since that part of my face will have face paint on there soon. Then simply blending it out with the same beauty blender. To set the concealer, I'm using the highlight powder from the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contour Palette in Caramel Toffee. I'm simply tapping the powder on the places I added concealer with a fluffy face brush. To bronze up the entire face, I'm using the Palladio Big Bronzer in Illuminating Tan. I'm using the Real Techniques contour brush to swirl the bronzer everywhere and more so on the hollows to give a very subtle contour effect. Again, I'm staying away from the area that will have face paint on later. Once I feel like my face is bronzed enough, I switch to the fluffy face brush to make sure my bronzer is blended. I'm enhancing my glow even more with the Intense Exposure highlight from City Color. I'm using a small fan brush to apply on my cheekbones, temples, collar, and shoulders. Then using the same fluffy face brush from earlier to blend everything together. Moving on to the brows, I'm taking the brown shade from the Jordana Brow Powder Duo and an angled brush and sweeping that color on my entire brow gently. This powder is very pigmented and needs a light hand. The black powder is used on the tail of my brow for an ombre brow, then blending the colors together with a spoolie. Then priming my eyelids with the NYX Proof It Waterproof Eyeshadow Primer, then setting that primer with the same highlight powder from earlier. The eye look is going to be very simple, I promise. I'm using the contour shade from the contour palette and a fluffy blending brush and sweeping it on my crease. With a brush from one of my Ulta palettes, I'm sweeping the same color on my bottom lid. From the Wet n Wild Comfort Zone palette, I'm taking the deep rose gold color on my finger and patting it on my entire lid. And with the white gold color above the rose gold, I'm using my pinky finger to apply it to the highlight areas like my brow bone and inner corner. For mascara, I'm using the L'Oreal Voluminous Original. This is the black brown color to give my lashes amazing length but natural looking color. I'm lining my waterline with the Rimmel Soft Kohl Kajal pencil in pure white. This is my favorite white liner at the moment. The paints I'll be using are the Mayron Fantasy Effects face paints, just squeezing them onto my trusty steel palette, well, after a soda break. Before I actually apply the paint, I want to map out my design. I'm using the same white pencil to do so. I didn't really have a shape in mind. I literally just drew squiggles and curves until I met my starting point. To make those squiggles look more like pulled skin, I drew wrinkles above them as a reminder to myself. Now, starting the paint job, I'm brushing on the white paint with a big flat foundation brush and trying my best to stay within the line. So I can fill in the edges perfectly, I'm using a smaller flat brush. I'll admit I did pass the line a couple of times, but I just cleaned it up. Once the first layer is on, I wait until it's dry before applying another. The face paint will go on patchy and streaky at first, so building is key, and for that you need time and patience. I applied 3 layers and was satisfied. The last application was not recorded for the sake of your sanity. You're welcome. For the blue lines that notebook paper usually has, I'm using an angled liner brush to apply the blue paint as much of a straight line as I possibly can do. Of course, you gotta take into account that this is a face and it's not flat. The lines won't be completely flat either. Now I'm cleaning up the lines a tad bit with a white paint and a small detailing brush. I'm not making the lines crisp, just less messy. I'm finally using my giant color workshop palette I always use for SFX. With the pale gray, I am adding shade to where the paper meets the skin with the Real Techniques detail brush. It'll look like the paper is underneath instead of attached to the skin. As I'm adding on the color, I'm also blending it inward. And to deepen the shadow, I'm using the black. At first, I'm simply packing the color on the perimeter and blending it out after. The creases in the skin need shading as well. I'm using the black to do so, then blending it out with this very warm tone brown with a pencil brush. Every shadow needs a highlight, so I use the white paint for that. I'm applying it with a thin liner brush and tapping it in with my finger to blend. With blackface paint, I'm writing, quote, words, unquote. I actually attempted to write cursive on my stomach to see if I could do it and like it, and that was a big old nope. So I opted for chicken scratch instead. It's not like you were gonna plan on, reading it anyway, right? And this, guys, is it. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you liked the video, please give it a big old thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Also, if you would like to leave a comment or question down below, I will be more than happy to comment back and answer you as soon as I possibly can. Also, feel free to check out my website for more content. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and bye-bye.